Hello, and you're very welcome to this lesson on the lovely old song Daisy Daisy. Some people call this a bicycle made for two. The proper name of the song I think is Daisy Bell. There is a verse, but most people just know the chorus, and that's what we're going to deal with. And it's a really nice tune to play, got some interesting bits. I'm going to do it on two levels, got a nice easy version of it, then I'm going to sort of pep it up a little bit with some extra bits and pieces. So let's make a start. Don't forget, with the YouTube videos, there's a few tricks and tips for you. First of all, on your computer, if you keep pressing backspace, the video will jump back a few seconds. So if there's a bit you're trying to, learn, or you didn't quite hear what I said, it's a really good trick that, and obviously it works forwards as well. And if you go into the settings, like the cog wheel, you can change the speed. So if I'm playing something that's a bit fast for you, you can slow it down, I think, by 3/4 or a half or a quarter. Obviously, you can always turn the sound down. You can see it, see what I'm playing, and it's a lot slower. That's a pretty useful thing as well. So, Daisy Daisy, key of G major, so all Fs are sharpened. Because it's G major, the notes on the G row will have the normal heads, and the notes on the D row will have diamond heads. It starts in position -1. On a fourth button start instrument like mine, the fourth button down on the push is G, and if I was to put my first finger on that button and then put my second, third and fourth fingers on the subsequent buttons below that, that's what I call position home, that kind of home position. If I come up from that one position, I call that pos -1, position -1, and that's where we start. So it's 145 beats per minute. You can see that crotchet equals 145 at the top there. So pretty quick for a waltz. But we don't want to be too slow with this, so it needs to be fairly sprightly, I think. So obviously 3 beats to bar, 3/4, 3/4 beats or equivalent per bar. And it's a pretty straightforward start, this. You may know this tune from your childhood, or you may know it from the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, where HAL 9000, the computer, sings it to Dave the astronaut. Anyway, on that right hand, let's just play the first 4 bars because they're really simple, and it just goes like this. So each note is a dotted minim, a round open note with a stem and a dot. So each note comes in on beat 1 and lasts for the whole bar, and it's simply running down through the G major called D, B, G, D. So from a D to a D, octave Ds. So finger 4, finger 3, finger 2, finger 1. And in the background, fairly obviously, you've got G bass and G major chord play twice in the classic pa pa fashion. Nothing difficult about that. So let's play those first 4 bars. Okay, so that's a nice straightforward start. Now we're going to go to bar 5 and the right hand. Now you'll notice the first note of bar 5 has got a diamond head. That means it's on the D row. It's the note E. You can only get this E note in one place on the Melodeon, and it's on the D row, button 4 on this instrument. If you've got a third button start, which is maybe more likely, it'll be button 3. On the pull, finger 2, that note E, it's on the first line of the stave, and then you come over to the G row, still pulling for F sharp. It's button 3 for me, might be button 2 for you. And then come back to the D row, third finger falls nicely on this note, which is G. Now, those 3 notes are all crotchets, 1/4 beat each, so 1, 2, 3, very, very straightforward. Finger 2, finger 1, finger 3, and while you play those 3 notes, your left hand is C bass, C chord, and the C chord goes twice. On Melodeon music, the capital letter is the bass note and the little letter is the chord. So C bass, finger 4, C chord, finger 3, as you play. So one of those rare occasions where you play exactly the same amount of items in both hands. So, and then still pulling in the next bar, still playing C bass, C chord, and you're going to play this. You're going to play an E and then a G on that D row, so notes that you played in the previous bar. The E is a minim, the G is a crotchet, so 1, 2, 3, so the minim comes in on beat 1, last of beats 1 and 2, and the G comes in on beat 3. and then let's finish off these first 8 bars. We're going to stay on our D row, the note is D, finger 2, and you can see it's a dotted minim tied to a dotted minim. So it comes on beat 1 of bar 7 and lasts for the whole of bar 7, the whole of bar 8. So you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as you play G bass G chord twice. So those last 4 bars, let's play the whole thing from the beginning.